Hi, Gali.
All right. Hello, hello. We are back with a live on a
From
Monday.
Israel. Yes,
Yes,
Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday, exactly. It's a hybrid because it's midnight here. So,
Yeah, it's because we wanted to pray for all the men that the wife asked them, "What is the day today?" And they said Monday.
yeah, Monday, exactly. Yes. Exactly. We're here for you guys. Exactly.
Yes,
That's hilarious. But yeah, we're back. You're back in Israel after being in London,
yes.
and I'm in Cape Town.
Technically, it's
And
Tuesday here, so you know.
yeah, exactly. We're still on cue.
Technically, we are right, but so the operation succeeded, but the patient died.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. I love it. We have a bunch of people in the comments, by the way. We have Runel saying hi, Mayor, and the
Hi,
Facebook user says love you, and Tressa is laughing. Punam says hello, hello, Mayor, and hello, Gal. Hi, and Natasha says hello, everyone. Can't wait to hear about this. And Liat says I love you, and Shaked
hi,
says
Liat.
hello.
Wow, Liat, I love you. Mwah.
Wow, and JJ, lovely to see you
Hi,
too. Mwah.
JJ.
Yeah, and Anna is also up late with us.
Anna, what are you doing so late? You're supposed to be
Yeah,
in bed.
exactly.
Exclamation, Anna.
Crazy people. I love it. Uh, Tal Ben Ezra said,
Hi, Tal.
I love.
You want
Hi,
to
hi,
be?
hi, everyone. Amazing. So today we have a very cool subject, which actually we touched upon, by the way. I think it was 2 webinars ago, and a couple of people actually wrote to me saying, I want to understand more about what your dad kind of threw in there casually and left it. And I want to know more about that. And
Yes.
and the subject was about how to be super organized and the importance of it. But you also mentioned your formula, your success formula, which is the 90-9-1, which nobody knows what that fully is unless you did your course about it, but it was a while ago.
Yeah.
So today we can touch upon it. What is the 90-9-1 and why is it so important?
Okay. So most of the people believe that your bank account is your net worth is defined by your network,
Mm,
and it is nonsense. It is good for the people that promote it because they supposedly have good network of people and they have bank account. But if I'll take a beggar and I get and I introduce him to very nice people, like a big network, will he become a millionaire? Don't think so. Maybe they will help him, make him even worse beggar, because there will be no exchange. but
right, right. Yeah,
but it will not help.
yeah,
And so that's a big lie that's been promoted in the self-help industry, and
right,
the lie is so big because your network is actually just 9% responsible, 9% responsible for your income. So it goes
mm,
like that. It goes like that. uh, People either think that they need an amazing idea and they're just missing this one idea, and they keep thinking all day long about ideas, and they think that the problem is that they didn't find the right idea yet
right.
thinking is substitute for action.
Mm-hmm,
So the more you'll think,
right,
the worse you'll get. You'll see that those people that think all day long will do the list. I just drove with a taxi driver yesterday from the airport to the place here, and he's telling me that he is now already 20 years driving a taxi, and it was unintentional, but he's really happy that he's thinking. He has a lot of time to think about ideas, and he's just looking for the right idea.
oh wow.
Seriously, that's
Yeah,
what happened.
wow.
So
Amazing.
it's not the thinking. Actually, if you have a good idea, the only chance that you will have to execute it is by not thinking about it.
Hmm.
It's just by knowing. If you have a
Yeah.
really good idea, and provided that you will not go into the thinking, it will come about. But the moment that you will start to think, what you will get is all the stops.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's not the network and it's not the idea. So what is it?
Yeah.
So I
Exactly.
have this formula that I call 99-1, and I say that 90% of your success depend on your ability to get organized. And we need to
Hmm.
define what does it mean to fully
Hmm.
understand what does it mean. 9% is your marketing, your network, and 1% your genius. So
Mm.
if you got zero on genius and zero on marketing and you are organized, you'll have a lot of money.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. And you will see that no one like organized crime.
Hmm.
So the marketing is not so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And criminals are
Bad
always,
PR.
yeah,
Yeah.
and criminals are always stupid. So they're definitely not geniuses. But
Hmm.
still, they make a lot of money and they're super successful because they are organized crime,
Right. Right.
organization.
Hmm.
So you will see that a person or a group, regardless of the size, regardless of the resources, if they're organized, they will beat anyone that is unorganized uh, and maybe big and with a lot of resources. You will see that the smaller the group, the easier it is to organize it. And you will get groups of terrorists that are small and relatively organized, and they will win big countries like the US. They will kick the US out of Afghanistan with the tail behind, in between their legs. Yes?
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
True.
So the question is, what does it mean to get organized?
Hmm. Of course. Yeah.
And most people totally, totally, totally miss what does it mean.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So we're curious.
Yes.
So before we get in, but just before, so just to recap quickly. So basically, everybody, it sounds really nice that your network is your net worth. Network is
You can
9%
write a
of it.
song from it because it's rhyme and everything, but not money.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really very
Write a
pretty.
song,
Yeah.
not a check.
Right. And write a song, not a check. I like that. But it's true. I see that. I mean, it can be great, but I can see that it's 9% of it. And ideas, I understand that most people are waiting for their $1 million idea, and 99.999% don't have the $1 million idea. So the idea is 1%.
Yeah.
And then you have the 90%, which is organization. Before we dive into that, which I'm sure everybody wants to know, but what value does the idea have? Because what if you have a horrible idea? How are you going to make a business out of it?
So the idea is really 1%. Why? Because when you have an idea is actually a spiritual thing.
Okay. Yeah.
And the only thing that an idea does, it gives you in your own universe something that for you is real or for you is right.
Yeah.
And in order to get it into the physical universe, you need to take that idea, put it into the physical universe, and operate within the rules of the physical universe. And
Hmm.
operating within the rules of anything is what will make it workable. But in order to really understand how to operate within the rule of something, the rules of the physical universe, in the rule of the business world, in the rule of the crypto industry, in the rule of anything, you need to understand what does it mean to get organized. Something that has to be simple, tangible, that anyone, by understanding the definition, will be able to organize anything.
And that makes sense, by the way, because how many times did people say, "Oh, this product, I thought of this thing a few years ago. I had that idea." So they had their $1 million idea. Everybody's had their $1 million idea, probably a few times, or they didn't even recognize it, but they had it. But the problem was they couldn't execute, they couldn't organize.
Yes.
And so there you go. They see it by somebody that could, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so how do we get organized? So what do you
So
do?
maybe first look at the comments. Maybe read the comments first.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. So Tal Ben Ezra said, Einat is here too. So
Hi,
hi
Anna.
to you both.
Alan, mein Name.
And Harold said hello. Hi, Harold. And Natasha said, "Oh, wow, I can see this so much. I've been thinking about the work I need to get done and never did anything about it. But when I just do it without thinking, I get so much done. Thinking is a bitch." LOL.
Yeah, yeah,
Which is true. 100%. Yeah. So, by the way, those are the comments I see my side. I think I've been seeing them all. There was a time that I couldn't see them. If I missed it, I'll probably find it
yeah,
after on the actual Facebook platform.
yeah,
And Punam said, "Wow, great," by the way,
yeah.
as well.
Okay.
Great.
So what does it mean to get organized?
Yeah.
To fully understand it, I will give you an example, and through that example, if our listener or viewers will actually run with me with the example, you will see that you will discover for yourself what does it mean to get organized, and it will take you through a process that if you will really have, this is what it is, you will be able to organize anything. Okay.
Amazing.
So,
Yeah.
so here is the example. Let's say that you have a new company and you have a new computer and you need to organize the folder and file structure.
Okay. Folders and files on your computer.
Yeah, just folders and
Simple.
file structures.
Gotcha.
You will see that within very short time, there will be a mess, a total mess. Lots of folders, lots of files, and probably your desktop will become your biggest or most used filing cabinet.
Yes.
True or false?
Yeah, I've seen it countless times.
Yeah. Now, why is it? Why is it? Because in order to know how to organize the folder and file structures, what you need is the purpose of having folders and files.
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose of having folders and file is to have easy and quick access to data.
Yeah.
Easy and quick access to data. So if you'll keep just files, many files, you can be super organized and you can find them easily if you understand the purpose. And so you will have a convention about what's the file names. But because most people don't have a convention about the file names, what you need folders that will be divided in some way in parallel to the organization that you run. And within them, you need subfolders, but not too many, not to make it too complicated to find a file or a folder.
Okay, so just to make sure, so up to there, just by convention, you mean a kind of a set way of doing things?
Yes, like
That's
certain
for
kind
you.
of rules. Yes.
Yeah. So somebody who doesn't use folders but has lots of files, and let's say they can find between their files, they will have set up some kind of a system for themselves that only they understand for how to find them, and so they can find them. But
yeah. So if they will name a file, they will not say a balance sheet, but they will say balance sheet, a company name, a date, and the status, approve, not approve, blah blah blah. Okay.
Right.
So now when they look for that,
yeah,
they can just either index on the file name or type some of the file name, filter on some of the file name, and they will have a relatively short number of files, like what you do when you look at the folder, and so you can quickly find the file.
Right. Yes, I see. So and then, but the thing is, it's a system that only they can understand. That's actually what I tell, people that my employees, I explain to them that it needs to be in such a way that somebody can arrive, look at what you've got going on, and figure it out. You don't have to be a genius, but in their systems, it's just they can understand, right? So
If
that's
it
the
is
problem
just
with
they
that.
can understand, they will not find it themselves. They will tell you
Oh,
that they can, but they cannot.
I see.
It has
Okay.
to be something that get defined. Even the folder structure has to be defined by policy, and
Right.
by the policy will define it. But if you have a folder structure, you are not so strict to the name of the files,
Got you.
because I can have all the balance sheets in one under one folder, and I don't have to name them by date and so on and so on. I can just say balance sheet 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will see by the date, or you will have just a number of files, and you can open 2, 3 files to find what you're looking for. So it makes it easier and quicker to find.
Got you. If you have it in a folder.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So then you're
So
not
what does
restricted in
what does
everyone.
it mean? It means
Yeah.
that an organization is number of people that fully coordinated based on the purpose and sub purposes of the different posts in the area. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you understand the purpose, you will be able to be part of an organization, because you will know where you're going towards. You will know what your actions are, and what are the things you are going towards. If you
Yes.
don't have the purpose, you will not be able to organize. So the difference between an organized activity and an unorganized activity is, in an organized activity, the people and things in the organization or part of the organization are fully aware of their purpose, agree to it, and push towards it.
Yes.
And in an unorganized activity, each person have or may not have a purpose, and they don't push towards it. Now, why that brings money? Because money flow on communication channels.
Yeah.
And communication channels get established by connecting people and things with defined purposes. So if my purpose is the same like your purpose, and we're pushing the same purpose, and we are both totally aware of it, we will have an excellent communication. And even without talking, good things will happen to us. For example, let's say we are on an airplane. You are a Palestinian and I'm Jew. And usually our purposes don't match. It's wrong, but
Okay.
never
Yeah.
wrong. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
But now there is a fire in the cabin. We will work in a coordinated manner to kill the fire, because we understand the purpose. We have the same purpose. It's very exact. And because of that, we will have the income that we want, which is safely landing.
Right.
So that applies to anything. The reason, so getting organized is not going to people and telling them, put this thing here or put this thing here, or developing some sense of organization, or something, putting some special powder on each person that called organization powder. It's not. It is only totally coordinating the purposes. If the purposes are organized, matching, are synchronized, the activity will be organized.
Yeah.
If the purposes are synchronized, which means the people know what they are and pushing to the same direction, the activity is organized, and income will automatically come into this organization, because you will go at high speed towards the purpose, and in any other way you'll go into many directions, not towards your purpose, so you will not have the end result.
Yeah, amazing. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
100%.
Mhm.
100%. So for sure, everybody needs to get their purposes clarified, understood, lined up so that you can actually go toward where you're going. Yes.
And
And
that's
but what
organization. It's
yeah.
not putting something here and putting something there or filing correctly. It is
Mhm.
actually having these purposes so defined and so coordinated, so it will be very obvious that you don't put the chair in the middle of the door to block people from coming in, because you know that part of your purpose is having new people coming in, so you don't block
Right.
the road.
Yes. Yeah, I see. I
If
see.
you
And I think that
understand,
the
yeah,
go on.
yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think that the big difference with a leader is just a leader has a super clear purpose. There's no reason that the people under the leader shouldn't operate at the same responsibility, the same level of knowingness, have the same control as the leader. It's just the leader's purpose is so clear, so they know where to go and what to do.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so a leader is someone that can get order executed. That's the only
Hmm.
thing about a leader. A leader is someone that can get order executed. And he's a
Hmm.
good leader if his orders promoting organization. What does it mean?
Right.
Promoting clearing this purpose. So when the people act, they act towards the purpose,
Yeah.
and anything that he is doing is towards sharpening the purpose. A
Yes.
leader is nothing else other than someone that can get his orders executed. He's good
Mm.
if the orders promote the purpose, and he's bad if the orders is against the purpose.
Right. Totally. Yeah. Makes sense. 100%.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Okay. So what were you gonna say just earlier about? I don't know if you remember what you were gonna say, but there was something there.
Yes, I have no idea what it was. It was some kind
Okay.
of an example, another example that came to my mind.
Okay. Fine. But
It
that
was,
makes total sense. So obviously we can't now on one. I mean, I think you had a multiple part webinar
yeah,
getting into how to be organized and the whole 99-1 formula and breaking it down. But this is definitely helpful to get an understanding
yeah,
of what it all means and what direction you should be organizing in.
yeah. You will see that one of the indications that people don't are not organized. They try
Mhm.
to bring income from many different channels.
Right.
So the
Yeah.
purpose are not aligned. If I'm trying to do real estate and crypto and I don't know, and push-ups and blah 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 as sources
Yeah.
of income, you will see that actually those people that trying many things um, are not successful. They will think that they're simply not focused, but
Hmm.
it's not that they are not focused, because I can get them and tell them to look at one point and be very focused, and they still will not make money. But
Yeah.
but the point is that actually they don't have the purpose fully defined, so they are not going towards that purpose. You can
Right.
actually say, you can actually observe, and you can see that your bank account is actually measured by how real your purpose is to you and your group,
Hmm.
which
Yeah.
means how organized you are, define how rich you are. And if you
Yeah.
look at
That
any person that is not rich, he is not organized. And when I'm saying he's not organized, I don't mean that he's not making his bed in the morning, or that he has cluttered. It you will usually be also that. But the
hmm.
misorganization happened here in his mind, which is not
Right.
really here, but never mind. but it
Right.
happens. It happens in his mind. The misorganization is in his mind.
Yes.
The misorganization is in the mind. And you ask a person a question, and you can see that he's doing never coming to the point, which means he's
Right.
not organized. And you ask another person a question, and he tells you, that's what it is. Pass me
Right.
the sugar, which means
Yeah.
I don't care what you think about it. I'm just like, it's 100% sure.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I don't need a confirmation from you. I just know it
Mhm.
is. And next, it's like irrelevant what you think. I know you duplicated. I've put it there. It's 100% true. Next.
Yeah.
Just
Amazing.
because I say it. Because I'm very, very clear. I'm super organized with my mind. And when your mind is fully, fully, fully organized, you don't have a mind. You just know.
Amazing. Totally. And 100%, that is exactly how you operate, what you do. You're super sharp, you are instant, and what you say somehow always comes true. Yeah, very, very true. Very
Take
true
the
that
money.
it always comes true. Yeah.
That's what I say always. Take the money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Take the money.
Take the money.
Exactly.
I'm Jewish.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But it's very, very accurate what you say, and I can see that is the what physically another person might see in you as being super organized. And it makes sense that somebody who tries a million different directions in life is not organized, not in their mind, not in their with their bed, not with their clutter, and definitely not with their income, because they're trying 45 different potential new money making opportunities, and all of them lead to nowhere.
Yeah, it's also true for relationship. You have a
Yeah.
relationship, a girlfriend and boyfriend. If the purposes are not fully aligned, they will have endless arguments about the most stupid things in the universe
Yeah.
that for them will
100%.
become really important, but they're irrelevant. Why?
Right.
Because they're pushing in different directions.
Hmm.
And where are they not organized? In their mind. Something
Yeah.
in the mind is not 100% close, not on the other person, but on the purpose and aligning
Yeah.
their purposes. So you have this guy, and he is, let's say, a businessman, and you have this lady, and let's say she's studying now, okay?
Hmm.
Uh, and they are together, and things are not going well. The
Hmm.
purposes are not aligned. The guy
Right.
wants to do business, she wants to have fun,
Hmm.
and it's not aligned.
Right.
They have to align the purposes, and you do that by organizing the counter efforts in your mind.
Hmm. Totally. That makes 100% sense. And there
Yeah,
are so many counter efforts that where would you say they get generated from? Because most people think the counter efforts come from you, right? So what's the answer to that? Those counter efforts.
that's a wonderful question, Gali. Very smart.
Uh-huh.
You just open a Pandora box, literally.
Yeah, yeah, true. That's maybe the subject for another live.
Yes, exactly. It's
Where do the
just
counter efforts
literally a
come from?
Pandora box. If you really want
Yeah.
to know what's the Pandora box that is really closed, it's right there.
Right. Yeah.
But the answer
That's
is there. It's simple. It just requires a little bit of confront and maybe some kind of a setup, so it will become real to people that this actually is a possible or not possible, the true answer.
right. Because I feel like even if you just spat out the answer and said it, it would fall on empty ears, or whatever the saying is. Like no one, you wouldn't even hear it really.
Yeah, it will be almost
Yeah.
irrelevant.
Right.
So the
Interesting.
key really is that if you are not organized, it is really because your mind is in a mess. And when your
Hmm.
mind is in a mess, you will not have a purpose. And when you don't have a purpose, you're not organized. You cannot, and most of the people will try to find the purpose, to sharpen the purpose. But the problem is before. You need to
Yeah.
really handle something with your mind so the purpose will become so crystal clear that you will not need the confirmation. It is, that's what it is. This is where we're going. And if someone will say no, it will be the biggest shock to you, and he will just die because you will go forward and he will somehow fall from the wagon without you even caring or noticing, because it is obviously we're going to save this person. Are you asking now why we're saving the person? We're saving lives. That's what we're doing. And you're asking
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you are just a barking dog. It's like I'm driving right now towards my saving my son, and I'm on a motorcycle on save, and I'm running to save my son, and my son need a kiss because they need always kisses. So, and this
Yes.
is the most important thing for him right now. And there is a barking dog on the side that bark at me and maybe even bite me. Am I going to stop now and run after him and shoot him or whatever? I know what I'm doing. I'm going to save my son. My son needs my kisses.
Yeah. 100%. And it's amazing. I was telling you before the live that you have to see the movie King Richard with Will Smith about Venus and Serena Williams. Don't watch it without me. We are going to watch it together. And Mariah and I watched it tonight for Valentine's Day kind of date night.
Oh, so
It's
you're okay. You
amazing.
remember Valentine's Day?
I'm okay. I'm
Oh,
okay.
good. Thank God.
Luckily, I
I was worried.
remembered. Yeah, she remembered it even more than I did.
Okay,
So I
that's
had
that's
some
a
last
that's a
minute
that's a
recovery.
post.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's our post.
But
Yes.
your purposes were aligned. You remember Valentine's Day. Good.
Exactly. But it's amazing because the general story, and we have to see it, is that they had no chance of success, none. I mean, horrible neighborhood, no history in tennis, nothing. Like just, and the dad had this crystal clear plan, a crystal clear purpose, and a crystal clear result. There was no doubt for him.
Yeah,
And because of that, that was the whole reason for their success. You have to see that movie.
90%, 90%
Yeah,
organization. And
totally.
organization do not mean to put something there, but to move the clutter from your mind so you are totally sharp. You
Yes.
shoot bullets with clear, good intention.
Yes.
It's really you shoot bullets, and
Hmm.
it's very clear that you shoot them with good intention. And so, despite the fact that they're bullet, for you, it is the most pro-survival things in the universe, and it will become the most pro-survival thing.
Yeah. It will not hit as a bullet.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Amazing.
quite amazing.
Right. Right. Amazing. Amazing. That's beautiful also to have that ability. And that it's
Yeah.
amazing that you would think that that ability comes from your power, your whatever, having a clear head, whatever. But that all comes, your power and clear head and blah, 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 comes from organization.
Yeah, and this
Yeah.
this organization means that, so you are organized, which mean you have your purpose clear, which mean there are no stops in your mind.
Yes.
So don't try to get organized as people understand organized, put things into files or whatever. Not that you don't need it, but it's a secondary thing. Don't try to find your purpose, because your purpose you don't find. You don't find your purpose. You know your purpose. But what blocking your knowingness is this clutter in your mind. Your mind is so messed up that you don't know your purpose. So your mind, you can define your mind as this thing that blocks you from your own purpose.
Amazing. I like that. That makes sense.
So fix your mind, and it's quite easy to fix it, and you will have your purpose. And you will see that the first and most important thing to do in any organization or in life is fix the mind, so people will have purposes and not 50,000 viewpoints about things they know nothing about. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like you, and the manifestation of this organization is obedience.
Interesting.
Obedience to opinion leaders, obedience to authority.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it can get very stupid. For example, I was flying yesterday, and they say you need a mask, and if you drink or eat, you don't need a mask.
Yeah.
And generally in business class, they don't bother you. But at the beginning of the flight, I was drinking water, and this air hostess came to me and said, "You need a mask." I said, "But I'm drinking." And he said, "Yes, but as you put it down, you need to put it back." I said,
Uh-huh.
"Seriously?"
Uh-huh.
I said, "Seriously?" He says, "Yes." I said, "Okay, I understand. I will." And I just held the water like that continuously. And he was waiting, and eventually he left. I said, "I'm
Yeah.
just drinking very slow, if you don't mind." Because
Yeah.
it's stupid, yes? It's like
Yeah, of course.
Virgin. I was on
Yeah.
Virgin on business. And of course, later on, everyone taking off the mask, eating, drinking, and especially in business, because they just feed you and give you all the time. But he had
Right.
this because someone told him that you need a mask.
Yeah.
People become robotic and they
Mm-hmm.
don't see the absurd in their behavior. It is
Right.
because their mind is so messed up. So you don't need to, like, you don't get upset with him. You just show
Mm-hmm.
him something stable. And that puts some kind of an order in his mind, which means, oh, there's some kind of a purpose. He's drinking. So eventually he will finish to drink. Yes, I'm just drinking slowly. And something happened and he had to go, and that's it.
Yeah.
He never came back to me.
Amazing. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And I like that handling.
Yeah, continuous drink.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sleeping. I'm just blinking for a long time.
Yeah. Wait, what? That what?
You remember this story with the Ima? I was in the army some time ago, and I was very tired. And my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, wanted me to go out with her. So we go out, and we are sitting with friends, and I'm like totally asleep, like I'm dead. So she woke me
Yeah.
up, and she said, "Are you sleeping?" And I said, "No, I'm not sleeping. I'm just blinking for a long time."
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's a very smooth exit from that situation.
Yes, yeah, she liked me.
Yeah. Yeah, that worked. That was good.
That worked. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so a few quick things before we end because we're uh
Let's check
going really long, but
the
I love it.
comments first.
Yeah, a couple quick comments. So I see a few people ask, so well, one person said applying this to our personal life, how do we find clarity about our goals and purposes in life?
Yeah, I just explained that. Clean,
Yeah.
fix the mind.
Yes,
That's the whole
exactly.
point. Fix the mind, and you will know you don't look for clarity
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
there's nothing to clear in life. Once your mind is in order, your life become a total Jewish life. You have a lot of income.
Yes, exactly. Beautiful. And wow, this is such an eye opener. Amazing from Natasha. Facebook user said brilliant. Avi Budara sent us some beautiful emojis
Hi, Avi.
and send some love. Yes, hi. And another Facebook user said, how do you get better with organization? Which we kind of touched upon in a big way. And Natasha, well, and also there's a lot to learn, obviously. Natasha said, how can you be organized when you're the only person in your business? Which,
It's the
same thing.
same thing,
Yeah.
because you're never the only person in your business. That's a lie.
Mm,
You have
mhm.
suppliers, you have clients, you have assistants, you
Yeah.
have tools, you have a computer, all
Yeah.
of them, and which have its own mind. You
Hmm.
you will be amazed that a desk have a mind.
What
It's
do you mean?
maybe It's maybe a bit not really the correct gradient right now, but, but there's nothing without a mind. If it exists, it has a mind. And a mind is really um, a, a, a clutter or a reservoir of experiences that are not run by the owner of the thing or the being.
Mm-hmm.
So there is an owner for the body, the being, the spirit,
Yeah.
and the mind is not run by the owner.
Okay.
And the
Yes,
same
I see.
like you have a mind for a body, there is a mind for a chair.
Interesting. But so would you not say that your mind, you are the boss, you as a spirit are the boss of your mind?
Yeah, it's your mind only once you actually control in communication with that, not when you are the effect of it.
Got you. And for most people, they are the effect of
Right.
it. They
They don't
mind
have a
all day
mind.
long.
They don't have a mind because if I'll ask them to show me where is their mind, they will not be able to show me where it is. So you've got a car, but you just don't know where it is. Seriously? Or I would tell them to change their mind.
Mm,
And if you're
yeah.
married and you ask your wife to change her mind, you see it doesn't work so well.
Yeah.
You change, maybe she will.
You'll see it doubled in size.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes. True.
if you are the owner of the mind, if I'm the owner of my car, I can control my car.
Hmm.
But since you do not control your mind, you are not the owner of the mind, although you call it my mind.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, great. That makes sense. And Natasha also said, "Wow, that's actually really true. Thank you." And Facebook user said, "Wow," and "Whoa, interesting." And Shaked said, "F masks" to the mask story, which I agree.
Yes,
And
exactly.
uh, yeah, Tommy Duke said, "Hi guys, amazing
Yeah,
as
hi Tommy.
usual." Hi, hi. And Anne said, "Clearing the mind is not always easy," which true, but I suppose it is if you know what you're doing.
If it's not easy, anything that is not easy is because your idea about it contain a lie. If something is not easy, the moment that you will recognize that you are relying on a lie, you will actually start on the road up. And before you realize that, you will deteriorate because once you have one lie magnetized with lies, and truth magnetized with truth. So if you have one lie that you did not recognize as lie, you will pull in more lies. And
Hmm.
if you realize that the lie is a lie, you will start to pull in truth about that specific area or subject.
Hmm.
That's
That's
an
amazing.
amazing principle.
Yeah. So that it actually is a self-sufficient system that grows. It expands based on, are you working on truth and attracting more truth? Is it? Yeah. Go on.
It's just realizing. You don't need more to than realize. There's no special push-ups or stand or whatever. You just need to
Okay.
realize something as a lie, and at that moment, it is handled. You
Mm,
just not need to realize that something is truth, and at that moment, it will grow.
yes. Yeah. Amazing.
So lies magnetize with lies, and truth magnetize with nothing with truth.
That's beautiful. That's true. That's true. There you go. And and then let's see. Beautiful. Wow, that's true. Love you guys. Mwah mwah from JJ. Don't do business alone. Said amazing. And Anne that mentioned about clearing the mind's not always easy. Said okay. So maybe there's a bit more of a question there, but or at least something to kind of process, think with,
Yes.
because that was very interesting. But I can see that it's kind of, you chew on it a little.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
basically I'm telling you a whole book in one sentence.
right. There's
So
more.
if it makes sense to you, it's already good, and don't be disappointed or invalidated by you not actually you cannot use it fully, but just understanding this principle it will help you immensely. Just have a look, because if you understand that principle, then at least you have a stable datum that can take you out of the confusion. Confusion meaning you cannot solve it right now. Yes, I'm confused. I don't know what to do right now. So, but if you have a stable datum and it says, well, if it is complex, it contains a lie. Okay, fine. So I know that I'm dealing with lie, not a problem. It's not so serious because it's not true. And let's start to look at the opposite direction. So if I know this is a lie, this is not the road that leading to Jerusalem, maybe I should change the road just because I know it. This is not the road. So I'm already improved. At least I have 359 possible option, not 360 degrees. Now I have 359 degrees. Progress. So I will at least eliminate it, go to the other side. Now I will know, is it in this side or in that side? So I've got, by one action, I can change 50, I can reduce the chances to 50%.
Yeah. Amazing. Got you. Okay, great. And then I want to, just before we close off for today, which surprisingly was a long one. I really thought we would be.
Yeah, we went to 20 minutes, yes.
20 minutes was exactly. So we're on Thursday, I'm doing a webinar that you're in a very large way creating, and I'll be delivering. And it's called Your Throne, Sources of Income. So it's very connected to what we discussed today, but do you kind of want to talk a little bit about the connection to your throne? That's the name of the webinar.
Yeah. So most people, because they don't have the purpose crystal clear, and because they cannot make sure, because their purpose is not crystal clear, obviously they cannot align everyone else around their purpose. So they cannot lead. What happened is they find that they don't progress. So what they do, they say, well, the spirit kind of know that there is no purpose. So the spirit says, you know what? I don't know what the purpose is. So let me just throw something on the wall and see what will stick. And so they start crypto, and it's becoming crap. And they start
crypto.
Yes, and they start doing, and they're working, and they're starting to become a taxi driver, and at the same time they want to be a real estate agent, and at the same time they want to be a coach, and at the same time they want to do few things, and they say it's good not to have all your baskets in all your eggs in one basket. The only thing that they never had even one egg, never mind a basket.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, true.
So in order to put eggs in the basket, prerequisite is an egg.
Yeah.
Even before the basket. First have an egg before you worry about the basket.
Yeah. And what came first, the egg or the basket?
The
basket or the egg?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they try to go in different directions. And this is just a manifestation of a clutter in the mind. So you need multiple sources of income, but they are not from different areas, and they are not from one area. They're from something totally different. And before you will discover it, you will see that you will never have enough of what you want in life. Once you will discover what it is, the magic is that you will all of a sudden have enough of what you want in life. And I'm not talking about just money, because some people have money, but they don't have love. And some people have love, but they want hate, whatever.
Whatever it might be.
Yeah, whatever you fancy. So, so in order for you to have enough of what you want to have, and to not have what you don't want to have, you need to have multiple sources of income. It's true, but it's not coming from different areas, and it's not coming from you, like one area, one person. It's coming from something totally different. And once you'll understand it, it will be, whoa. It is like, you never thought that it's even a possibility. And
Right.
if you fully have it, there is no way that your income will not become totally something that you control. And that's why this series of webinars, you want one, I don't know how to do it in one, but
Yeah.
we,
We're trying to do one session only. We're selling it as one session only, but it might be more. You might get double or triple what you
yeah.
paid for.
Every lesson is, God tell me, okay, this time we're doing the money ball, and it's going to be 3 lessons at the most.
Yeah. It
2,
was
but
7.
yeah, and you do 7. Yes.
Yeah.
And you push it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but by the way, that's very amazing, and I love also that with Your Throne, this the name of the webinar, it applies to more than just money. That's why we didn't say sources of money. It's Your Throne, sources of income. It applies to all parts of life, relationships, business, even appreciation from friends, staff, more growth, whatever you want. It's these principles apply.
Yeah, it's actually so true that by this principle alone, I've took people that were physically sick, and I gave them the principles. They hired me, and I spent the time with them, and I gave them the principle, and magically things just handled for them in the body,
That's
because
amazing. I didn't know about that, actually. That's amazing.
that's exactly the same principle.
Wow.
Because once you will really understand what it is, it will be obviously that, of course, sources of income is, that's what it, that's how, and it will be just like, yes, of course, wow.
Yes. I love that. That's incredible. That's incredible. So, can you, I think we have the link. Can you put it up on the screen? And then also I'll read some of the comments, but that is amazing that it applies. And I can't wait for all those.
Yes.
Yes, Your Throne, sources of income. Okay, it's on the screen. gprosperity.com/Your Throne.
I wrote it, he said
gprosperity.com.
it.
Yes, exactly.
We're good
You
team.
have the role of writing it, and I'll
Yeah.
just say it.
You have to roll. You have the first role is turning it into English.
Yeah. Correcting what has been written.
Yes, here there was not so many mistakes. There was,
Yeah, you were good on the spelling there. Your
yeah, I was
Throne.
good on this.
You got that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I got
Yeah,
this one.
it's almost
After you
like
gave me the spelling.
yeah, it's almost like what was it? Game of Thrones that
Yes,
you called it Games of Throne.
yes,
Games of Throne. So this is Your Throne.
your throne.
Your Throne. I love it. So, okay, let me read the last few comments that came through. So we have a few laughs at some of the jokes that came through earlier. Very funny, Mayor. Yes. And Barbara Marshall says, so grateful to have found your webinars. Thank you,
Thank
Barbara.
you.
That's amazing. And Pedro said, looking forward to this. Love you guys. We love you
Love you,
too.
Pedro, and
Yes, love you.
Alex.
And Alex, yes. And
Yes, and the
Manuela
kids.
said, and the kids, yes. And Manuela says, thank you so much. It's great to listen to you both. Thank you, Manuela.
Thank you.
And Facebook user said, Moneyball was already so amazing, the best, that was the previous webinar. So now this will be the next one. Yes. Sign me in. Facebook user said, yes, love it. And wow, wow, wow from Natasha. And lastly, Anna said, we need at least 2 lessons in the new course with Gal. In the first lesson, we learned something. And then in the second one, we do the recap. So there you go. At least 2. At least 2. You're like, wow, the first was amazing. Let's go over it again. Wow, that really is amazing. Yeah, 100%.
And
Yeah,
then
it's
I
gonna be
watch it,
really
and
cool.
then I watch it, and I'm like, oh, I cannot stop watching it. When God deliver, like I will watch the webinars, and I actually had this thing. He was delivering a webinar that we just, I don't know, we've done it a few days ago. I don't remember even when. And I
Yeah,
connected just for a few minutes to see how he's doing. And 2 or 3 hours later, I was still trying to get off the webinar because it was so interesting. I couldn't leave it. It's true
yeah.
story.
True, yeah. During the webinar, for those that were on, you were commenting, "This is amazing. Wow, that's so true. Wow, wow." And I was like, you saw this, you know this, you wrote this, but for you newly it was amazing. And then
It was
afterwards we
amazing.
got on the call and you were like, "Wow, it blew me away. That was so amazing." And it was so
Because
new
the
to
way
you.
that you deliver it, it makes it with totally new meaning, Babale. The way that you deliver
Mwah,
is amazing. Mwah.
mwah.
It's
Love
really
you,
it's
Abale.
the way that you deliver it. Otherwise, I know the material, but the way you
Right.
deliver makes it alive, makes it real, makes it wow.
Thank
It's
you,
really
Abale. Mwah.
amazing. Mwah.
Mwah, mwah.
I
Thank
love
you.
you. I love
Anna, by the way, says, "I remember, so funny." She was on there for that. Yeah. And Anita said, "Love you both always.
you.
Love you too." And okay, today was amazing. This was great. Very long, very juicy, and it was very fun.
Thank you.
So thank you. Love you, Abele. Love you, love you, love you.
Love you, everyone. Thank you for joining,
Yes.
and please promote it. We will put it on. It
Oh
will
yeah.
be on YouTube. It will be on Facebook. We will send it to you. It will become
Yeah.
into. We'll turn it into a podcast. Please promote it, and if you know anyone that needs to get some income in, instead of sending him to have circumcision and becoming Jewish, he can just handle his mind. It's much less pain. Okay.
Yes. Exactly. I love that. That's the
Okay.
solution. Okay. Love you guys. I
Love you,
love you,
brother.
Abele. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.